Step back in time. American Revolutionary War reenactment. Experience history coming to life. In this video, we take a look at an incredible American Revolutionary War reenactment, bringing the sights, sounds, and atmosphere of the 18th century right to your screen. From British redcoats and Continental soldiers marching in formation to traditional blacksmithing and spinning wheels, this event showcases the daily life and military tactics of the era. You'll even see a breakdown of historic cavalry drills and interactive stations.
Do you understand? Yes, sir. I can't hear you. Yes, sir. Then do it. You do the front stake there, the front stake there. You follow it down the...
Yeah, so right good in front here. This strikes this. This snaps down as you pull the trigger, and yeah, the little powder that you put in. Yeah.
On the colonies. This not go well for any creature to have an eye
Oh, that's funny.
Fire!
My name is Jamal Isaac Jones. I come to you from the Navajo Nation. That nation of
That's everybody in the area, a free male above age 16. You train 4 days a year. You do not have bayonets. You are defending your home. But we've got one advantage. We've got a cannon. All right, which changes the game plan. All right, now our militia unit, because they're fighting for their homes, they're pretty scared. They've never been in battle. And a matter of fact, looking down that line, there's not one veteran of the French and Indian War in that line, which means they've never been in battle.
Countermarch, right? So
Now they're backed by,
countermarch. So we're not inverted, all right?
right, they're moving in, steady militia. You got your home, your family, and that's it. Also, you don't want to be a coward.
Ladies
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the palm of your hand, please. Trace the outside of the palm of your hand. That's the size hole a .75 caliber ball makes as it exits your back if it hits a bone. It tumbles, tears, and goes through you. The maximum range to really hit somebody is 100 yards. If you got hit beyond 125 yards, it was very unlucky because nobody was aiming at you. All right? So, the best time, you'll see that we have a Continental Regiment here. It's actually a mixed patrol of the 5th New York Regiment and the Rhode Island Regiment. The guy with the tall helmet there with the plume in it looking cool. They're out of Rhode Island, and they were sent down here as well. So you have some regulars. These guys have been through it all. They can get 3 shots off in a minute. They have bayonets, and they are highly trained, and they don't break and run. Now our militia is out in front. Now they've got their cousin or uncle standing next to them. I want you to think of the psychological factor of actually going into a battle line with your cousin, your uncle, or whatever, and knowing what can happen. Now, we begin to see they've got some cavalry there, but as long as the militia stays intact, they should be all, Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Back in line, back in line, back. They finished that guy. Needless to say, there's a little incentive to stay in the line. Okay? You don't need to have a coward. And the end result is not good.
New York shoulder fire.
Now, here comes the race. Now the game will change.
Let's go.
Brown Bess musket weighs about 10 pounds. You've got your cartridge box, the rest of your gear. And of course, when you're on the march, you've got your tent. Not your tent is being pulled by the ox cart. All right. The idea is you have a weapon you have to load standing up. So there's no digging a foxhole. The only way to load this weapon quickly is standing up. The only way to do it quickly is to train 4 hours a day. Smile, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see your teeth. Good, you can join the Continental Army because you can bite the cartridge open. Now you notice the militia's done the best they can. How about a round of applause for the militia? They held the line as best they could. Now the Continentals are moving in. Tell you there's going to be some sad households in northern Westchester. All right, we see a skirmish line of the 54th Regiment of Foot coming up. These guys really know their business. We've got the artillery. As Napoleon said, the king of the battlefield, the artillery. Now, notice how the British are deploying into a skirmish line. But again, in a skirmish line, you don't have the killing power you have in a battle line. All right? You got that whole volley of lead going in the same direction at the same time. Every 20 seconds. Of course, it gets a little dicey if the cavalry's around. Because you know a horse can cover an awful lot of ground in 20 seconds. Good volley. Good volley. Oh boy, we're beginning to take losses. Danger here. But of course, because remember, the artillery can fire canister. It's 108 musket balls in a can. And that just shreds anything in front of it. But you can only get about 4 to 5 rounds a minute out of a cannon. So if you can time it right, and you can get the cannoneers where they're unloaded or trying to load, and you're the cavalry, it's salad time. All right. Now you see that British skirmish line is not very effective at all. They're moving out. But as long as now you see 2 Scottish Highlanders there in kilts. That's the Royal Highland Regiment, 42nd Black Watch. They all have the Queen of... I love the sound of the King. It makes you feel so warm and fuzzy. Only when the cannon's on your side. But again, as long as they can hold their line, they're fine. Now you may say, hey, what about the horse and the guy and the saber and all that stuff? Horses do not like to run into a number of bandits. So all you need to do, if you're an infantryman, is form a clump of guys with bandits, and you end up being a hedgehog, and the cavalry will avoid you. Okay? Now, a whole lot of French aid and all, that we begin to have more, the whole Continental Army looking more uniform. Okay? And you can't. The French, thank God for the French, but also the French sent an army here, and Rochambeau. Whoa, yes. I think that will send them back. Looks like it will. We hope so anyway. But anyway, that being said, back to the French.